This is about you. Be the master of your own life. So angkinin mo muli ang inyong oras.
Let your ambition be guided by faith.
That, my dear friends, is what makes a life worth living. So always pause, always ask, always wonder, what's next? Hello mga kaibigan, kamusta na kayo? We are back. Tayo ay season 2 na, no? At maraming salamat sa inyong lahat na talagang nagsuporta sa ating season 1. Kasi dito po sa What's Next with Jovit Moya, we unpack life's ups and downs. Yan. And we have to remind ourselves, and I'd like to remind you all, you are not alone in the journey through life. So mga kaibigan, sana maaya nyo rin ang mga kaibigan nyo, mga friends nyo, mga kamag-anak nyo na mag-subscribe sa ating YouTube channel. And let's talk about life. Let's talk about you. Yan. So today, very special tayo dahil first episode natin at meron tayong guest. Ang guest natin ay isang sikat na psychiatrist, sikat na doktor, siyempre. Yan. Si Doc Randy. Yan, Doc Randy, kamusta na? Randy Dellosa. Alam nyo, kababayan ko to, ha? Ito ay kakabsat na Bicolano. Right, kakabsat na maurag. Yan.
Yes. Jovit, thank you very much for inviting me. Siyempre, basta mental health, game na game ako ma-interview.
Yan. Alam mo, Doc, kasi alam mo, sa panahon ngayon, hot topic ang mental health. Most people really, they have no idea.
Yes.
Kasi alam mo naman ng Pilipinas, ang dami nating haka-haka, kuro-kuro. Meron pa tayong pasma. Abi ko nga, maghanap ka ng doktor na wala namang pinag-aralan sa eskwelahan na pasma. Hindi ko, lahat na lang na sakit, may pasma. Hindi po totoo ang pasma. So marami rin na haka-haka, kuro-kuro tungkol sa mental health. And hopefully, today, magkaroon tayo ng kampanya. Through you na magkaroon ng awareness, no? Yung mga ang daming mga kababayan natin diyan na tahimik lang pero inside lumalaban.
Yes, yung awareness very important 'yan kasi maraming mga tao ang merong mga mental health conditions pero hindi nila alam, you know. It's only when they hear about it or when they read about it and then doon na lang nila malaman, oh, meron pala ako. So these types of interviews, discussions are very important. So thank you very much, Jovit.
Alam mo, Doc, you have worked with a lot of celebrities. Di ba? Alam ko, ikaw ang celebrity doctor eh. Ano ba ang, dati ako artista, no? Pero, ano ba ang usual na encounter mo na commonality doon sa ating mga showbiz personalities or sports people, yung mga sikat ba, na sa tingin mo, common issues, yun ang hinahanap kong word.
Yes. Siguro before I answer that, I want to share, Jovit, you know, whenever I meet people, kahit anong taas nila ng status, I kind of meet them, on the same level. I don't see them for their roles, pero I see them for what they tell me. You know, and kung tinatanong mo, okay, what is common? Siyempre, common yung depression, anxiety, sa mga artista, no? Depression, anxiety, ano pa ba? Addictions, you know, they come in many forms like drugs or sex. Nandun rin yung abuse. And kung life issues naman, common rin naman like mga relationship issues, family issues, you know. Pero, merong mga particular issues na para lang sa mga celebrities or mga famous people. For example, yung tinatawag na glass house phenomena. It's like lahat nakatingin sa taong yun. I'm sure you've experienced that rin.
Tawag namin hawlang salamin.
Right. So, yours is worse because hawla eh. So it's like a trap, di ba? A cage.
Magkaiba kasi nung araw sa ngayon eh. Alam mo, Doc, nung araw, nung panahon namin, walang internet. So basically, talagang sabik yung taong makita ka. So maglakad ka sa mall, maglakad ka sa kalsada, talagang recognizable ka. Kasi pati yung mga notebook ng pangskwela nun, mukha namin eh. Di ba? Right. So mga posters. Pero ngayon, people see you na in the internet. Di ba? So hindi na ganun ka, hindi, I mean, in some, malaki pa rin yung reaction ng tao pag pumasok ka sa isang restaurant or anything.
Yes.
Pero parang mas malaki nung araw. Ano,
Yes.
Kasi wala talagang, the only way to see you was either on your show or dun sa in person. So walang in between. Ngayon may internet na tayo, may in between na eh.
Yes. And I'd like to follow up on that kasi that's one reason why they also, consult with me. It's like yung fading popularity phenomenon rin. It's like dati, very popular sila. They were admired, they were idolized. And then, nagfe-fade yun. And we have to admit, some of the artists, celebrities, they're fame whores. So it's like addicted sila sa fame, sa, pag-idolize sa kanila.
Alam mo, sa mga nakikinig sa atin, alam mo, karamihan ng mga Pilipino, ang tingin nila yung mga artista, ang ganda-ganda ng buhay. Yung mga artista, wow, di ba? Napakahayahay ng buhay.
Yeah.
Pero from your experience,
Yeah.
na hindi ganon. May mga behind the scenes dark corners sa na hindi nakikita ng ilaw.
Let's see. I wouldn't say naman lahat sila may dark corners, pero I would say that most people are really ordinary people.
Aha.
Yes, kasi when I see them, no, it's like, okay, if I didn't know that they were artists, if I didn't know they were celebrities, would I actually, be starstruck by them? And sabi ko, no, they're like ordinary people. It's just the fact that they appear on the screen that elevates their status. Pero away from the screen, many of them are really ordinary people.
At itong mga artista, di ba? Dahil sa dami ng role, sa tingin mo ba may anong tawag dito? May chance na magka-identity crisis sila? Kasi personal experience ko
Yeah.
sometimes kasi merong style of acting na talagang you become the character.
Right.
Diba? You become the character. And naranasan ko when I played The King and I.
Yeah.
Pero dahil alpha dog ako, hindi, maski pa paano hindi nalalayo dun sa actual na ugali ko.
Yes.
So, but even behind the scenes, I found myself talagang yun ang personality ko the role I was playing. So, but when I do movies, dahil very method naman, talagang dito lang ako maggaganito, pinag-aaralan ko yung bawat eksena, dito, gagitong gagawin ko. Mas hindi ako naapektuhan nung role, no? Hindi ako nagkaka-identity crisis. Kumbaga, nadedetach ko yung sarili ko. Pero, hindi ko alam kung ano yung style ng ibang mga artista.
Yeah.
And syempre, yung iba nito naging nagkukonsulta sa'yo. Sa tingin mo ba, naka-encounter ka ng ganong issue na nagkaroon sila ng confusion?
Only some. So I'll talk about this, no. Some people get into being an actor because they craft nila yun. It's a game for them, and it's also an escape. So it helps them to cope. Different actors, different roles, parang fantasy world. The problem is kapag sa role nila or sa script, merong something there that touches something, raw emotional baggage in them. Doon magkakaproblema. So they don't really necessarily naman get into an identity crisis Pero there's this something in the role or in the script that touches them. Doon sila pwede mag-breakdown. Especially if it's, unclosed issue.
Kasi maraming artista kasi na talagang aral. Magaling.
Yes.
It's really their craft.
Yes.
Maraming artista na cute lang, napalakpakan, naging artista na, wala naman talent. Maraming ganyan.
Pero Jovit, this is also the importance of the rolling or debriefing. Kasi after, intense acting, syempre you also lose part of yourself Parang na-download kasi isang virtual reality and you have to get out again, come back to reality. So that's the importance of the briefing and the rolling, which doesn't really happen sa mga acting workshops or after, the episodes.
Correct.
So that's very important.
Meron kasing sometimes may mga coping mechanisms in cathartic activities,
Yes.
Like sports or shopping or dinner or sex. But not everybody has that leisure, 'di ba? Kasi may next appointment pa ako. May next shooting pa ako. Dalawang project ginagawa. Di ba? May ganun di ba?
Right.
Puyat, everything else.
Yes. So talagang dapat isingit yon as part of the whole program for the health of the actor or the celebrity.
Kasi dito sa atin, alam mo naman, hindi naman nasusunod ang labor laws pagdating sa showbiz.
Right.
Talagang long hours, no?
Yes. Yes, especially sa acting workshops, nauungkat yung mga emotional baggage. And then there's no processing afterwards.
Correct.
Yeah. And so sometimes I've been hired to do processing And talagang it stemmed from their emotional baggage from the past.
I'm sure it really helps na ngayon we have to do things scientifically eh. Nung araw kasi parang man up, 'di ba? Parang layan,
right.
parang ganoon lang 'yan, 'di ba? So, pero siyempre, sabi mo nga kanina, some people are fame whores. Sa tingin mo ba yung self-worth nila apektado nito? And what about the others that are not fame whores? Sa tingin mo ba, ano ba yung idea of self-worth?
Okay. Fame whore. So, kapag nasabing fame whore, syempre, it's an addiction to being admired. So, nandun yung validation nila galing sa ibang tao. And yun nga ang nakakatakot because there's always a person who will come na more handsome, more beautiful, younger, fresher looking, and then they're always scared na palaos na sila. So ito naman yung pinaka-insecurity ng fame whore na baka mawala sila. And naman sa internet di ba? Even sa internet, there's so much competition.
Correct.
Yeah.
Napagdaanan ko yan. Siyempre, that's entertainment days. Everywhere you go, talagang sikat ka. Tapos, tuloy-tuloy pa yung projects mo, everything. So, you're always very, very visible. Pero, sa akin, the way I coped, siyempre, alam ko naman na nothing is permanent. Hindi naman tayo ilusyonado na, it will go on forever. But, I found kasi studying made me more confident than people's applause. The fact that I know more than other people, that gave me a different confidence than sikat ako.
Yes.
Kasi temporary lang yun. Pag di ka na sikat, wala na. Pero yung knowledge mo nandun eh. So, mas continuous. As you keep pursuing knowledge, para sa akin, mas continuous yung confidence mo.
Yes.
And this is why, hindi ako naapektuhan when I retired, when I left showbiz and anything else. Because I still walk into a place and think I'm still the smartest guy in the room.
Yes. Pero that's what's admirable sa'yo, Jovit. Okay? I'll pick up from what you said, hindi ka ilusyonado. That means there was some awareness na everything was temporary.
Correct.
It might fade.
And that's why I had a plan B. I had to
You
go
had
to
a plan
school.
B. Hindi lang from the way I know about you had plan B, plan C, plan B, plan B. And feeling ko, even if you got out of for a while, I think you were never gone. Because you were people always you were always with people. You were in just different fields, and that's what's admirable about you.
I tried different things. Okay? Turo tayo, di ba?
Right.
Pero we're digressing. It's not about me. It's about you guys. It's about mga artista natin. Pero ngayon pinag-uusapan natin yung mga celebrities, di ba? Yung mga dark side, di ba, ng pagiging artista. Pero I'm sure marami ring tao nakikinig sa atin na meron ding ganyan. So
Yes.
itong kulturang Pilipino, meron ba itong positive o negative impact sa mental health?
Sige, that's a broad topic. So I'll just focus on something.
Sige.
Siguro it's about yung pagiging masyadong relationship-oriented natin. That's a good thing and a bad thing. Okay? Like it's good that may bayanihan, we're able to support each other, if we need somebody, it's easy to find somebody. Pero ang problema dun ay sometimes nawawala yung privacy, yung space, and then feeling natin ini-intrude tayo, nag-intrude
Lalo
sa
na
buhay
siguro sa
natin.
showbiz kasi pati yung pag-asawa nila, pag-date nila, nakapublish eh.
Right. Oo.
Pag nag-away sila, naghiwalay sila, nakapublish eh. Siguro, ano ba yon?
Yes. Yeah, so that's very intrusive sa privacy ng family, ng relationships. And so minsan yung pagiging public figures nila, ito pa yung nakakasira ng relationships nila.
And maraming ganyan. Alam naman natin na halos bihira ka makakita ng public figures na parehong public figures na talaga nagstay together.
Yes. Oh, you know what? It reminds me of let's say Chris Aquino. Before, she was notorious because she was blurting out everything about her life. And people were kind of, okay, what's this? This is something new. Kasi we were more private eh. And then now, it turns out, everyone is into this. Because of social media, everyone's out. There's no more privacy. But deep inside, people are still looking for privacy. Pero on the outside, they're looking for validation. Doon nagkaka-conflict eh.
Do you think yung internet is toxic? Yung social media is toxic for our mental health?
Feeling ko, the easy answer is yes.
Oy, sige, explain mo, Doc, sa mga nakikinig sa atin. Ano bang
Okay.
dapat? In moderation ba? Kasi I'm sure, everywhere I look, I see people naglalakad na sa kalsada, nakatingin pa sa cellphone.
Right. Sadly, it's something that we can't escape. We have to live with it. And probably it'll get even worse. Kasi may AI na, and everything will be manned by, AI. Pero if I had a time marker, it would be the dawn of the internet. I would place that at 2000, the year 2000. Kasi ang napansin ko, dati naman wala masyadong awareness about mental health.
Well, nung araw kasi wala tayong means of conveying to the public kung ano yung mga nararamdaman. Usually pag may namatay, pag may nag-suicide, or let's say pag may nagkaroon ng change ng personality disorders, tinatago natin.
Right.
So hindi nalalaman ng ibang tao, di ba? Naglaho na, na-hospital si ganito. Yun lang.
Yes. Oo.
Pero ngayon kasi, mas may awareness ang tao. In fact, nakikita nila, ay, may simptomas to. Nag-google na nila. Di ba? May ganun eh. And syempre, pati rin yung ating diagnostic procedures natin, mas nag-improve.
Right.
Sabi nga nila nung araw, nung panahon namin, wala namang ang autism, wala naman eh. Because hindi, we just improved our diagnostic means, no, yung ating systems. And psychology is the same way, di ba? In psychiatry, nag-improve din yung, ngayon, we're melding neuroscience na with psychiatry. Dati magkahiwala yan eh. Pero ngayon, we're seeing that they're meeting again. They started together, they separated, and now they're meeting again.
Yes.
So, ngayon may access na yung mga tao sa ganito eh. Meron ba tong med student syndrome na, meron ako nito, meron ako nito, ito ako.
Yun naman yung kaibang napansin ko ngayon. Kasi before seeing me, they already research about their conditions. And then I actually asked them na, so ano bang na-research mo? Anong feeling mo meron ka? And then I just verify if they were right or not. So it kind of helps me kasi when they research, ibig sabihin, they've already kind of, medyo yung stigma nabawasan na.
I see. Kasi alam mo, ang Pilipino ayaw pumunta talaga sa doktor. Sabi niya, punta ka sa baliw ka. Ganun eh. May negative component pero hindi nila alam na it really helps. It really helps to have someone to speak to in confidence.
Yes.
Someone who's there not to judge you. Di ba? Hindi nila na-gets yun eh. Kaya natatakot silang pumunta sa isang psychiatrist, di ba?
Right. So, yun ang importansya ng therapist. Kasi, think of the therapist as a professional friend. So, friend siya, pero isi-set aside ng therapist yung mga biases niya, yung judgments niya, para lang makinig sa'yo.
Correct. Alam mo na, lumalaki ako pag naiiyak ako, sasabihin ka agad ng tatay, bawal umiyak, iyak. Does this help? Or pinipigilan ba nito yung pag-release ng emotion? Ano ba? Kasi I'm sure may mga tatay pang ganyan. I'm sure may mga nakikinig sa inyo. Ganyan pa rin, di ba? Bawal umiyak. Di ba? Parang gano'n eh.
Yeah, I won't say that's totally bad or good, no? Because it is both good and bad. Okay, unang-una, yung mga guys, no, mga men, are biologically wired to be less emotional. Kasi we're the fighters eh. Di ba? We had to fight the dinosaurs. We had to till the soil until kahit sobrang init. So we had to kind of suppress our emotions so that we could function well. Okay? Naging problema lang kapag nasosobrahan. And then, yung pagiging emotionally suppressed natin as guys carries over to other facets of life like relationships.
I see. This hiya culture, kumbaga, prove as a stumbling block for seeking help. Kasi syempre,
Right.
minsan ayaw mag-open up ng tao nahihiya eh.
Yes.
Yun ang reason kung bakit hindi tayo muunlad as a nation dahil sa hiya na yan eh.
Yes.
Kasi nawawala yung confidence ng tao eh.
Yes. Doon naman nakatulong yung internet.
Yeah.
Doon naman nakatulong ang Gen Z and Gen Alpha.
Hindi ko alam kung ano yung Gen Z tsaka Gen Alpha. Yan, sige.
Okay.
Kwento nga natin.
Kasi it's like this, just because maraming nababasa na about mental health issues sa internet, syempre, mababawasan yung, stigma. Okay? And then, dahil lumaki yung mga Gen Z and Gen Alpha sa pandemic, naglabasan yung mga depression and anxiety during the pandemic. O di parang mas naging common ground na kahit sino pala, bata, matanda, babae, lalaki, can get depressed or anxious. So dahil dito, nawala yung hiya, and now people are more expressive about how they are mentally.
As you said, nagkaroon ng pandemya. Di ba? So nagkaroon ng isolation. You were isolated from people. Tapos, alam mo naman Pilipino, mamaya, lagi tayo nag-aaya, para inuman tayo. May ganun may social So, sobra bang laki ang naging impact nung COVID sa buhay natin, yung period na yon?
Definitely, it was a reset.
Yung psyche ng Pilipino?
Yes, it was a reset. Okay? It was a reset. Kaya lang, sometimes I look back, I think that we had so much lessons that we could gain from the pandemic, pero we've forgotten them rin. Okay? Sa environment na lang Did you notice, parang naging mas green yung mga puno, lumiwanag yung sky.
Malayo na nakikita mo, walang smog.
Right. And then, now it's back to where we were before the pandemic. Some things we never learned.
Ngayon, napapansin ko, people are getting very spiritual again. Alam mo, may ups and downs din yung trend yan. Hindi yan linya. Pero ngayon, nakikita ko may uptick ng pagiging. Ito bang faith and therapy, they work hand in hand?
Okay. Spirituality. Not all people are spiritual. Many are religious. Okay. In fact, we have something called religious addiction. Yeah. So these are people who have some angst inside, emotional baggage. Pero imbis na i-confront yung baggage nila, mag-heal, they're using religion to cover it up. Okay? Whereas, if you were really spiritual, your spirituality should help you confront your emotional baggage. Look at it in the eye, feel the pain of it, and then heal from it. Okay? That's what spirituality should be doing. So now I would say, there are more religious addicts than really spiritual people.
So yung religious addicts can be, shall we say, sabi mo, hindi siya really from the heart.
Yes.
Ano siya, kumbaga, parang siyang palamuti lang para ma-distract ka dun sa mga nararamdaman mo. Tama ba yon?
Correct. Parang performance, I'll be pleasing to my church, I'll be pleasing to God, Pero, yun nga,
Pero ang tunay na talagang faith, hindi ganon.
Right.
Kasi as you said, ang spirituality hindi ganon Hindi ka religious addict di ba?
Yes, yes. Pero I have to add, that's the interesting thing about the internet. Dahil sa internet, lumawak yung pag-iisip ng mga tao and they realized, spirituality pala can come from anywhere and everything, You can just find it and it's there. So it can be healing, it can also be destructive.
Kumbaga, it's a tool that it depends on the user.
Yes. I'll give you an example, Jovit. If you had a problem and I tell you, sige, pag-pray na lang natin, that's good. Okay? Pero if you limit it to prayer lang, walang gawa, that's the excuse or the escape.
Correct.
Right? Pero if I were really spiritual, I would actually try to help you practically, in a practical way. Some very religious people, they say, lack of faith lang yan. Ay, baka demon oppression or spiritual possession or something. Diba? So they're dismissing something, whereas it's really a biological problem. So that's where...
This is where the science of psychiatry and religion can work hand in hand.
They should.
They should, diba?
Yes.
Yun. So, one of these days, guest ka ulit dito, pag-usapan natin ng maganda yan. Right now, we're having broad topics, pero habang nag-uusap tayo, na-realize ko, wow, ang dami pala natin pwedeng pag-usapan, pero on a singular, di ba? Paano naman yung alam mo naman ng Pilipino, kahit wasak na loko, gusto good vibes pa rin. Alaga, inuman tayo. Nakakatulong ba yun? Yung tara, inom tayo, may problema ako, magpakasaya tayo.
Yeah, you know what? I remember
Or is that an escape without confronting the problem?
I would agree with you. There's this time that we were one of the most positive people, sabi ng isang survey. And then sabi ko, naku, red flag yun. If you're one of the most positive, then ang dami nating pinagdadaanan, no? Political corruption, mga calamities, etc. and then we're still positive, where did all the negativity go? That would imply it was all suppressed. So, doon lalabas yung toxic positivity dahil kinimkim yung mga negative, doon tayo magkakasakit. Psychosomatic illnesses, di ba?
Bakit ba well, with the advent of the internet, siyempre mas tumaas yung incidence ng comparison with other people. Alam mo naman ang human nature, you compare here I am, there they are, when will I become like that? Why can't I be like that? Mas na ma-magnify yan dahil nakikita mo na, kakascan mo ng social media. Ay, gusto ko rin ng ganyan. So, ano ba ito? Why? And sometimes, kahit na may problema yung mga tao, imbis na tulungan natin, yan, kasi kasalanan nila. So, imbis na tulungan mo, nagiging parang competitive ka pa.
Right.
Comparative and competitive, yon.
Comparative. Yeah, so I think you're right. I think comparison, self-comparison, with others is a natural, a normal thing. Siguro ang hindi mabuti ay yung negative self-comparison. Like if we have low self-esteem, mas dina-downplay natin yung sarili natin. Like they're better off than me. So that's the proof that may low self-esteem tayo. Negative self-comparison.
Ano bang advice mo sa may mga nakikinig tayo doon? I'm sure they wanna hear, teka, na-experience ko yun. Ano bang maganda kong gawin?
Think that the other person is experiencing bad and good, just like you.
Bakit naman may mga tao na mahilig mag-self-deprecate? So when binababa nila yung value nila, alam naman nilang magaling sila, alam naman nilang kaya nila, pero in public or in the office or in any scenario, they will always yung iba self-deprecation, yung iba naman false humility. May ganun eh. Ano bang value nakikita nila doon? Or is that good or bad? Ano bang
Yeah, I could talk about that from different perspectives. Unahin ko muna yung psychiatrist.
Ayan, sige.
Psychiatrist view. Syempre, kung low self-esteem, self-deprecatory, ang unang isipin ko, baka depression. Okay? Pero, kapag depression, dapat maraming ring ibang symptoms eh. Okay? So, if it fits the criteria, then depressed siya, kaya self-deprecatory. From the psychological point of view, isipin ko naman, saan kaya galing yung low self-esteem niya? Syempre, may pinanggalingan yun. The emotional baggage. Okay? And mostly, emotional baggage comes from family issues. Dun na-form yung pagkatao natin. Di dun rin most probably mag-form yung, mag-umpisa yung low self-esteem.
So is it normal for people to blame? Kasi tatay ko ganito eh.
Blame is a judgmental word, no? Pero attribute, yes. Siyempre may pinanggalingan, may cause. So cause siya, then, objectively, you can fix it.
We are all a product of our past. Di ba? Ano yan eh? Every day, we are changing because our experiences change us.
Right.
Ako, I always say, I have made mistakes in the past. Other people have wronged me in the past. But I may today be a product of my past, but my tomorrow doesn't necessarily have to be a slave of my past.
Correct.
Kasi, yes, nangyari na sa'yo yun. Yes, na-realize mo na. Once na-realize mo lahat yun, ikaw na ang may control ng future mo eh.
Right.
Yan ang one of the episodes I had here. That's what I was telling people eh.
Yes.
At the end of the day, kahit ano nangyari sa iyo, ang ginawa sa inyo ibang tao, at the end of the day, ikaw ang magde-decide ng gagawin mo right now para sa iyong bukas.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's very important that we may not have controlled the past, pero we can control who we are now and the future.
This is Crossroads Media.